What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Show Me Vegas. You know, the more we visit Las Vegas, the more we realize something. Not everything is all it's cracked up to be.
Las Vegas, a city built upon sand, broken dreams, and $5 lobster.
Between the two of us, Ashton and I have been to Las Vegas a lot of times. And clearly, we love Las Vegas. But there are at least a few things we still don't get. Stuff that seemingly everybody else loves, but we just don't care for. In some cases, at all.
Someone needs to burn this place to the ground.
I'm talking about the most overrated things in Las Vegas. Now, this is bound to be a little bit controversial. I mean, we all have our own opinions, and oftentimes those opinions differ.
This video contains opinions. You know, the kind you might disagree with. Viewer discretion is advised.
So rather than getting mad, go down in the comments section and tell me what you think I got wrong. What would you add to the list? What would you take off the list? Let's chat. In the comments section, I'm always paying attention. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is Vegas Things Episode 6, Vegas Overrated. First up is the first thing a lot of first-timers want to do when they visit Las Vegas, and that is go to the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. Now, I'm not saying it's completely not worth visiting, but unless you already have a driver willing to stop by, it's really not worth all the effort it takes to go there. The nearest hotel is Mandalay Bay, but trust me, you really don't want to walk there, especially in the summertime. Which of course means you're going to need some type of transportation. And when you get there, there's almost always a line. No, you don't have to stand in that line. You can always take your picture off to the side, but if you want that perfectly framed shot, you're gonna have to wait. What really makes it overrated, though, is that there are far better places in Las Vegas to have your picture taken, and most of them are in the middle of the action, like the Bellagio Fountains, the front of Caesar's Palace, the Fremont Street Experience, or even one of the many pedestrian footbridges across the Strip. Any of those spots will make a great photo op without having to go to very much effort. For me, the Welcome to Las Vegas sign is a one-time visit, and that's why I think it's overrated. Alright, the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign isn't exactly controversial, but this one is sure to be. We've got to talk about Fremont Street. Fremont Street is probably the most polarizing place in Las Vegas. Odds are you either love it or hate it. Maybe hate it is a strong word, but I don't understand the allure at all. First things first, can we please stop calling Fremont Street old school Las Vegas? The only thing truly old school about Fremont Street are the hotels, which are old and in many cases falling apart. But truly old school Las Vegas was classy, and Fremont Street is anything but class. There are some good street performers, but most are trashy or dull or both. And Fremont Street is the best place in town to catch a fist fight or a tweaker. And don't even get me started about people taking it all in with their kids, oftentimes in strollers and at 2 o'clock in the morning. The atmosphere is about as far as you can get from the glitz and glamour I think Vegas is famous for, and that's why I think it's massively overrated. That's not to say there aren't some good things to do there, and it definitely is cheaper than the Strip. I will be staying downtown this fall, and those videos will be on the channel, so Fremont still has a chance to change my mind. Now, whether or not you're a Strip person or a Fremont Street person, there's one thing you're sure to see tons of both places. What is the deal with everyone's obsession with those frozen drinks in Las Vegas? For whatever reason, the frozen daiquiri has become synonymous with the Las Vegas Strip, and for the life of me, I can't understand why. With all the bars and cocktail lounges on the Strip, free drinks in the casinos, and alcohol available at every corner store, it never ceases to amaze me how many people choose to drink a 100-ounce, 2,000-calorie daiquiri with 300 grams of sugar in a plastic tube slung over their shoulder with a shoulder strap. Whether it's Fat Tuesday or Numb Bar, these places are everywhere on the Strip, and there wouldn't be one in every hotel if people weren't buying them. Not for me, though. Give me an ABC store with a 2 for $5 beer special, and hold the case of diabetes. Vegas has way better options to get you buzzed, and that's why I think the frozen drinks are massively overrated. Time to get controversial again, but I just have to talk about it. Is there any more overrated hotel in Las Vegas, and quite possibly the entire world, than Caesar's Palace? There's hardly a more iconic hotel on the Strip than Caesar's Palace. It is without a doubt one of the most historically significant hotels remaining in Vegas. It's hosted some of the most legendary performers of all time. It set the bar for themed hotels. It's been featured in countless TV shows and movies, and yet, it's just not a great property in 2024. The casino is overwhelmingly large, disjointed, and lacking a cohesive identity. The hotel towers are awkwardly spaced out and far from everything. The hotel rooms themselves, despite carrying a luxury price tag, are shockingly mediocre. To make matters worse, it's owned and operated by Caesars Entertainment, which is easily the worst casino operator in Las Vegas. This hotel was once the height of luxury in Las Vegas, and the Wolfpack made it cool again in the 21st century, but Caesars Palace has long since rested on its laurels. These days, if you're looking to stay at an iconic Vegas property, you're far better off next door at the Bellagio or across the street at Venetian. Caesars wouldn't even crack my top 10 places to stay in 2024, and yet it seems to be on everyone's bucket list, which is why I find it to be very overrated. This one might sound a little bit hypocritical if you've watched many resort reviews on this channel, but location. In my opinion, location is one of the most overrated factors considered when people are picking a hotel in Las Vegas, and it's not even close. Browse through any Vegas-based Facebook group or Reddit thread and you'll find tons of chatter about Center Strip. Being in the middle of the action is great, but it's not nearly as important, at least in my opinion, as picking the right hotel for you. Let's face it, while the Strip is a big place from end to end, it's still pretty easy to get around, especially if you're willing to spend a few bucks. With a good pair of walking shoes and or a $100 Uber budget, you can easily get anywhere you want to go so long as you're staying anywhere on the Strip. Your hotel is going to be your home base. It's probably where you'll have coffee or breakfast in the morning. It's probably where you're going to gamble the most. It's where you're going to have free access to the pool, and it's probably where you're going to have a nightcap before bed. Picking a resort that fits your budget, has the amenities you want, and fits your vibe should be your first concern. Location is only important if you're unhappy with your own hotel or you're on a shoestring budget and just not willing to pay for an Uber once in a while. Alright, let's talk about resort fees. Not the fees themselves, but all of the complaining about resort fees. If you follow any Vegas Facebook group or Reddit thread, you're sure to see nothing but complaints about resort fees. But what good does it actually do? I mean, after all, they're going to get that money from you one way or another. Alright, I know this one's not going to be popular, but let's be real. We all know resort fees exist, and we all know they're merely a profit center for the hospitality industry. Vegas is far from the only city in the world where hotels charge a resort fee, and by 2024, we're not being fooled by them anymore. We all know ahead of time we're going to be charged. They're also not going away anytime soon, and even if they do happen to be outlawed by the state or federal government, the hotels will simply raise their rates. Complaining about them is merely complaining about the cost of the room. Set your budget and know the resort fee is part of the cost of going to Las Vegas. If you're bound and determined not to pay, you can pick from a handful of Las Vegas hotels without a resort fee, but just know that the price of the room is simply higher there than at a comparable hotel that charges one. At the end of the day, your room is going to cost what it's going to cost, regardless of how they structure that rate. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you don't hate me. Again, if you disagree or agree with anything in this video, put it down in the comments. I'm always paying attention. After all, like I said at the beginning, we all have our own opinions, and you know what they say about opinions. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos when they come out in the future. We post weekly and subscribing is absolutely free. As I always say, I'll see you in the next one because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas.